Welcome to dancesportplace.com, where competitors come first. Today I'm going to speak about rotations. I'm going to touch out on 3 different ones. One is through lats and the upper body. Second one is going to be through center and working around the center without breaking it. And third is going to be through the hip while moving. Stay tuned. So let's get started. The first point is lats and how to rotate through upper body. I'm going to talk about all 3 and incorporate at the end, but at first I'm going to talk to you just about lats. And by lats, I don't mean just dropping my shoulders. I mean a muscle that goes all the way around and stops right here. So the reason why I'm going to talk about it is because we always know that we have to drop our shoulders and connect our lats to our partner. So what happens is we just drop our shoulder and we can't move the arm anymore. Well, with that, I can't rotate through my upper body. So the only thing that works is my hips. I'm going to talk about moving through the whole upper body and constantly giving connection at every point. So my lats, I always want to kind of drop them back and roll them forward towards my partner as to say hello. So I never want to be away from my partner in this position. I always want to be towards my partner. So I'm thinking my elbows are always going to be towards my partner. So whether I'm in an open position or closed position, my elbows are dropped and relaxed. Now the reason why I think about my elbows so much is because that right away gets my lats working. So if you could tell, my elbows are not just dropped down, they're always moving forward. So when I get a connection, I move my lats forward. Now I want to start rotating. So if I'm going to rotate my body, I want my lats to be a part of it. So instead of giving positive connection all the time from the side that's rotating, so I have a positive side and I have a positive connection. If you look from the back, I'm actually not rotating my back. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start my cucaracha action. This is just a cucaracha action. My positive side is towards my partner. Now, my opposite lat is towards my partner as well. So I have a rotation through my lats. As I change, the opposite lat goes towards my partner. So if I have a right side towards him, my left lat is going to be towards him as well. So from the side, it would look like this. My connection is not going to change from going to positive sides. I'm going to give him whatever my negative side is. So my right side is negative away from him. My right lat is towards him. The reason why we do this is because, first of all, I don't have a push and pull connection, and I'm not too heavy. Second of all is because I want to constantly show rotation through my whole back, not just the lower back. So with this, I am always showing rotation all the way to the top. Now another way to check this is if I was to be at the wall, if I just give a connection this way, then I'm going to lose it on the other side. If I am rotating my left side, I have a positive left side to the wall, my right side will be positive towards the wall as well. And change. Let's get to the second point, rotating through the center. And I'm going to incorporate the lats as well. Now, when I talk about rotating through the center, I want to find my center first. So I'm going to find where my belly button is. And what I'm going to do is this little trick. I'm going to put my hand on my lower back, and I'm going to feel like I'm bringing my belly button towards my hand. Okay? Now what I want to do is I want to use my body to go over the balls of my feet and the back of my feet, kind of find where I am. So we're going to put everything over the front of our feet slightly. So now I have my center. I want to talk about vertical or horizontal. So I'm going to feel like I'm getting pulled into the ceiling and I'm getting pulled down through my arms. So I have my vertical. And now we're going to think about lats. And we're going to get our horizontal. So I am completely centered. What we tend to do sometimes is we tend to use our hips a little bit too much. And if you see, I'm breaking my center. Well, if I break my center here, I can't now use my feet. And if you look from the back, if I'm breaking my center, I'm actually not rotating through my back at all, so there's no rotation. So what I'm going to do now is to show you how I could rotate without breaking my center. So we have our alignment here, we have our center, we know where we are, we have our vertical, horizontal. Now I'm going to use my knees to figure out how much I could rotate. So this is called, people usually call it a settle position. I don't like to call it a settle position because that would make me drop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to direct with my knee. Let's say my left knee is directing forward. It's kind of like an arrow of where I'm going to go. Now at the same time, I want to use my right hip, so they're completely connected. So I can't just use the hip or just use the knee. As my left knee is coming forward, my right hip is going to move back just as much. So now I still have my center. Now if my hip goes to the side, I lose my center, I don't know where I am on my feet. So I'm going to move my knee again forward, my hip back. Now I'm rotated around my center. And now I'm going to incorporate the lat. So if my right hip is moving back, my right lat is going to move forward. Now I'm completely rotated. So if I switch my knees, I'm going to go through center again. So my knee is going to come back, my hip is going to come back. I am completely in neutral position. And now I'm going to switch. My right knee is coming forward, my left hip is moving back, and my left lat is coming forward. So here is my rotation. Now I'm still slightly moving up and down in my body, but not in levels. Third point is rotating through the hips while moving. What this means is, let's say I'm taking a step. I mean, our routines are really made out of walks forward, back, side actions, and rotations. So if I'm taking a step forward and I want to rotate, if I settle too soon, then I have to use my arms. Let's say we're doing crossovers. So I'm in a position to do a crossover. Instead of using my arms, we're going to use our hips, and I'm going to show you how. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a little exercise that I always use for rotation, and then I'll show you how to put that in something like a crossover. My exercise is I stand diagonally, and I'm going to take just the regular steps. So we're going to do the rotation that we talked about before, through the knees, through the hip, and the lat. And I'm going to take just the regular step forward. Now my rotation could either go up or down if I try to keep it in the same level that I'm using my arms again. So if I'm in a soft knee, I have to straighten my knee first. And as I'm straightening my knee, as you could see, my hip is slightly back, right? So I have to bring my hip forward over my foot. As I'm doing that, I'm going to bring my hip forward over the foot and now finish my rotation back. So I did the same action that we did before, getting to neutral and back, just this rotation. But now I took a step diagonally. I have my direction here through my knee. And now I'm going to bring my hip into neutral and then rotate it. Finish rotation, and my knee is looking in the direction that I want to go. I'm going to take a step again. Step, my knee is looking to the direction. Get my hip into neutral and finish my rotation. So now I'm going to show you how to do that in a crossover. First, I'm going to show it like this. So I took my step, let's say slow, or I did a quick, slow. And now I'm going to rotate. So my hips are still in a not neutral position. So I can't move from here. I am locked. Instead of using my arms, I'm going to finish straightening my knee. As I'm straightening my knee, my hip is going to go into a neutral position. And now I'm going to finish my rotation. My knee is looking exactly where I want to go. And now I'm going to take a step into a crossover. So I'm going to show that again. Side step first. My hip is pulled back. Now I'm going to straighten my knee, get my hip in a neutral position, and rotate. Now, as you could tell, everything that we talked about before, my center is still here. My lat is moving forward, and now I could take my step. I'm going to show this from the back. Side step. Now I'm going to straighten my knee to get my hip in a neutral position. As I'm doing that, my hip's going to rotate back. My left knee is looking direction. And now I could take my step. So we talked about 3 different rotations. One rotation was through the lats, and as you could tell, I use this all the time in every dance and in every position. Second was rotating around the center instead of breaking the center. So always rotating around with my knee looking exactly forward. And third one was rotation as you're moving. So again, diagonal step, rotate, diagonal step, rotate should help you with that. And the reason why I talk about these things is because many times we feel like we're moving a lot, but in a competitive world, we have to continue to rotate because especially from far away, people can't see the rotation that you feel. This way, not only do you rotate, you're also always on your balance, you know where you are on your feet, and using your lats and using your hips and knowing when your neutral position is not going to be too heavy for your partner, and he's always going to feel your connection. My connection to the lats and my hips is on my own foot. My partner could always read that, and could hopefully lead or follow the same thing. I hope these things were helpful, and we'll see you soon.